They manage money. They help to make sure the businesses run. No, I was not trying to defend the bank.
The Reuters news agency is reporting, quoting an official from the Libyan National Transitional Council, that the former Libyan leader, Colonel Muammar Gaddafi, has been captured. The NTC official is saying that he has also been wounded in the leg. Let's get more information about this and go straight to Tripoli to our senior international correspondent, Dan Rivers. Dan?
Well, Zain, you can probably hear there is a cacophony of celebration behind us. Very difficult to hear anything here. The ships are sounding their horns, the gunfire is going off, the cars are sounding their horns as well. Everyone's celebrating what they think is the capture of Muammar Gaddafi himself. I'm with the Minister of Information for the NTC, Mahmoud Shamam. Thank you for joining us. What can you tell us about Gaddafi?
It's a big day, it's a historic day for the Libyan people. Finally, the liberation of Sirte, the hometown of Colonel Gaddafi. I think it's a great victory for Libyan people, a great victory for revolution. And we know now from our sources in Misrata that we have a big fish. I don't know how the fish is, how big it is.
You don't know who has been captured, just a senior figure?
Yes, there is that. Misrata Radio confirmed that big figure is Muammar Gadhafi himself. We are waiting for a statement from Benghazi, Mustafa Abdi Jalil in Benghazi, and I think he's the one and the NTC people who can confirm or deny that we caught a big fish in Sirte. But regardless of anything, this is a big day for the Libyan people. We hope by the end of the day that the day will be bigger and bigger. I hope that people should be cautious about the last celebration we have in Tripoli. We lost 21 lives. I am asking people to refrain from shooting in the air and using the civilized way to celebrate their victory.
But if this is true, if Muammar Gaddafi himself has been captured, put us into context. What does this mean for you personally and the Libyan people? It's a massive day, isn't it?
It's a great moment. I've been waiting for this moment for decades, and I'm thanking God that I'm alive to see this moment. But also, we'd like to assure the whole world that Libyan people will not going to take justice in the street. They have to do it through the court and through the law and order. We're not going to hanging people in the streets. We're going to establish a state of law and order, and Gaddafi or other people will go to the court and will get a fair trial that they never give to our people.
Will he go to the International Criminal Court, or will he be tried here in Libya?
This is something to be decided by NTC. We'd like, as a Libyan, to have our justice to be enforced inside Libya, and we are able to do it. We have the justice system, the left, what remain from the justice left. We can trust our judges that they can trial Muammar Gadhafi and other criminals, and they can do it in very fair way.
What next for the country? I mean, there were rumors that he was going to try and start an insurgency. Presumably, if he has been captured, that rumor has been dispelled now.
Yeah, it will be a big blow to his supporters. We know that there's some sleeping cells around the country. They will be desperate, but even when he was free, our revolutionary forces were able to control the country and able to take the law and order in very efficient way. We have some violations, we have some problems, but generally we were able to have a safe country.
When do you think you will have 100% confirmation that Muammar Gaddafi has been captured?
I'm sure in a few hours.
In a few hours?
I'm sure that Mustafa Abdi Jalil is doing the proper contacts right now and to come out to the media, either to confirm or to deny it, but I'm sure that he's going to talk to the media very soon.
But you are confident that this is true?
I'm not gonna comment on something that I don't have 100% confirmation, because we are have some disappointment before about such a news, but I'm sure that NTC people are right now doing everything to confirm this beyond any doubt.
Mahmoud Shamam, thank you very much indeed for joining us on what is shaping up to be an historic day in Libya. Not only it looks like the liberation of the country after the fall of Sirte, but if these rumours are confirmed, then the capture of Colonel Muammar Gaddafi, who has ruled this country with an iron fist for 42 years.
International correspondent Dan Rivers reporting on the bottom right-hand side of your screen. You are looking at the live scene right now in the capital, Tripoli. Many people behind the wheels of their cars driving around and hooting wildly in celebration of the news that is being reported but has not been 100% confirmed that Muammar Gaddafi, the former Libyan leader, has been captured. There are reports saying that he has been shot and wounded in the leg. There's a lot of shooting going around in Tripoli right now. You can see this picture at the bottom right-hand side of your screen, celebratory gunfire. Dan Rivers is monitoring the situation there, speaking to the information minister. Dan, was it clear at all where exactly Muammar Gaddafi is believed to be captured and wounded?
I think the suggestion is that he was captured in Sirte, trying to escape from Sirte. We have no specific location of where in Sirte. There was talk earlier on of a number of commanders trying to escape along the coastal highway, but we don't know. And I think it's important to stress, Zain, that there have been rumours about members of the Gaddafi family being caught before that have then been proven to be untrue. But you can hear the reaction here. It is very, very loud and lots of excitement, as you can hear and maybe see behind me. Lots of shooting in the air and ships blasting their horns and car horns as well, with everyone hoping that these rumours are true, that Colonel Gaddafi, who came to power in 1969 as a young captain in the army, he staged a coup against the king, King Idris, in 1969. He was only 27 years old and he's ruled ever since. Don't forget, a lot of people in this country have known nothing other than Colonel Gaddafi running this place.
When will we know for 100% certainty that it is Muammar Gaddafi? Because there is so many reports that are conflicting right now. It's not 100%, as the information minister says. All they know right now, for sure, according to Misrata Radio and reports coming out of Misrata and the stations there, that they have a big fish.
Yeah, that's right. And we heard Mahmoud Shamam saying it will be some hours before they have this completely confirmed. I would think, you know, they will want to show the world the photos of a captured Colonel Gaddafi. That will be the definitive proof that they have him. And until we see something like that, I think it's going to be nothing more than a strong rumour. But it sounds like we may get some sort of statement from the NTC, from President Jalil in the next few hours. Hopefully that will shed some more light on exactly what has happened and the circumstances surrounding Muammar Gaddafi's capture, if it is indeed true, and perhaps even some video or photographic proof as well.
Dan Rivers, stand by as you continue to work your sources and try and get more information that is coming in from Libya today. A dramatic day, and it could turn out to be even more transformative for this country and the future of this country. First, there were reports and then a confirmation from the NTC that Sirte, the final stronghold, the bastion of resistance of Muammar Gaddafi, Sirte, had fallen. Now this. We are hearing reports from the Reuters news agency as well as from other sources quoting Libyan National Council officials that Muammar Gaddafi has been captured. There are reports too that he has been wounded, possibly in the legs. These are scenes, live pictures right now in Tripoli, a real cacophony here. People are celebrating, perhaps prematurely, because we do not know right now for 100% certainty that Muammar Gaddafi has been captured. But people are honking their horns. Celebratory gunfire is being heard as well. This is the scene. Abdel Bari Atwan, a journalist and author, joins me now. This is a major deal if it's true, because there have been mistakes made before. So we need to be a little bit careful here. If it is Muammar Gaddafi, though, is it over?
Zain, you are absolutely right to be cautious and careful, because the NTC announced before that they captured Mu'tasim al-Gaddafi, the son of Gaddafi, Saif al-Islam al-Gaddafi, another son of Gaddafi, but proved to be actually not true. So if it is true, this is the biggest fish since the capture of Saddam Hussein 8 months after the fall of Baghdad. The people in Tripoli, the people in Benghazi, they are entitled to celebrate, because Sirte, the capture of Sirte, the liberation of Sirte actually is a huge achievement. This is the last castle of Colonel Gaddafi. This is the last symbol of his rules, which fall to the hands of the NTC. So people entitled, as I said, to celebrate. But if it is true, Gaddafi is captured, this is actually, it means the end of 42 years of suppression of the Libyan people. A new era will start. Because if Gaddafi managed to escape and not being captured or killed, he could create a lot of trouble for the new regime in Libya. We know that he managed to keep billions of dollars in cash and golds, and there were a lot of rumors that he is in the south of Libya, hiding somewhere. He is trying to launch a guerrilla war against the new regime to mud the water for them, to make it extremely difficult for the new regime to establish itself and to set up the new democracy the Libyan looking for. So if it is true, yes, this is a turning point in this Libyan conflict. This is a turning point, could be for the whole of the Middle East.
We continue to look at live pictures. These are pictures from Sirte as people appear to be gathering to celebrate on the news that CNN cannot confirm for 100% certainty that Muammar Gaddafi has been captured. There are reports, too, that he has been wounded, perhaps in the legs. We spoke a short while ago to the information minister, who said it was a big day and a big victory for the Libyan people, but they are not completely certain that it is, in fact, Muammar Gaddafi that has been captured. He said, too, that Misrata Radio is reporting that, but the NTC and many officials are waiting for a statement from Benghazi to be absolutely certain that they have the biggest fish that they have been searching for. Dan Rivers is in Tripoli right now. How long is it going to take for this statement to come out? And are you getting more information about what may have happened?
Well, Zain, State TV is now reporting on one ticker along the bottom of their screen that Colonel Gaddafi was evacuated to Misrata, but was dead on arrival, or dead in the process of being evacuated. Now, again, we have no confirmation ourselves on any of this, but if that's true, that will clearly be a bitter disappointment to those who wanted to see him put on trial and have him answer the huge numbers of questions and bring him, to face with some of the horrific actions and repression that he was responsible for in his 42 years ruling this country. But again, I'm afraid we just don't have any independent confirmation. That's just what one state TV channel is reporting, the same channel, I believe, that was reporting that he had been captured. But certainly from what Mahmoud Shamam, the Minister of Information, just told us, it may be several hours before we get clarification on all this. There were other reports, as you were mentioning, that he had been shot in the leg. Again, we have no confirmation on that. But what seems clear is that this is going to be a momentous day in Libya, whether he has been captured or not. The fall of Sirte is massively significant. It was the last bastion of pro-Gaddafi support. We were in Bani Walid yesterday that had fallen earlier this week. They'd secured Bani Walid after a fierce firefight. We've been in Sirte for the week before that and seen for ourselves just how fierce and brutal some of the resistance was. They'd used sniper fire, picking off NTC soldiers as they tried to move in. And now we're being told this morning at about 8 a.m. the operation started for that last push into District 2, the final place where pro-Gaddafi forces were hiding out.
If you're just joining us, we're hearing a lot of dramatic but conflicting reports that a big fish, those are the words of the information minister, in Libya has been captured. Now, we are getting reports that it is Moammar Gadhafi. Some say he has been captured. Some say he has been wounded in the leg. There is another report just moments ago on state TV that says that Gaddafi was evacuated to Misrata and was pronounced dead on arrival. It is unclear exactly what the situation is right now. We need to be really careful here because the NTC has made announcements before in the past and they have been mistaken. So we're just going to wait for the statement coming out of Benghazi that we're told will come out in a few hours once they know for sure.
Yes, there is إذاعة مصراتة radio confirmed that big figure is Muammar Gaddafi himself. We are waiting for a statement from Benghazi, Mustafa Abdi Jalil in Benghazi, and I think he's the one and the NTC people who can confirm or deny that we caught a big fee. I think it's a great victory for Libyan people, a great victory for revolution. And we know now from our sources in Misrata that we have a big fish. I don't know how the fish is, how big it is.
You don't know who has been captured, just a senior figure?
Yeah.
The NTC official is saying that he has also been wounded in the leg. Let's get more information about this and go straight to Tripoli to our senior international correspondent, Dan Rivers. Dan?
Well, Zain, you can probably hear there is a cacophony of celebration behind us. Very difficult to hear anything here. The ships are sounding their horns, the gunfire.
They manage money. They help to make sure the businesses run. No, I was not trying to defend the bank.
The Reuters news agency is reporting, quoting an official from the Libyan National Transitional Council, that the former Libyan leader, Colonel Moammar Gadhafi, has been captured.
Fire is going off, the cars are sounding their horns as well. Everyone's celebrating what they think is the capture of Muammar Gadhafi himself. I'm with the Minister of Information for the NTC, Mahmoud Shamam. Thank you for joining us. What can you tell us about Gaddafi?
It's a big day, it's a historic day for the Libyan people. Finally, the liberation of Sirte, the hometown of Colonel Gaddafi.